Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent pickup at 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this one is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a 1st down. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Runs through another. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll score! Touchdown, Eagles! Tyquan Thornton, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Stafford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on 4th down. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Stafford. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Stafford. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return throw. Rams touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Taking it about the 1. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Elliott now to have the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 29, Stafford flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Stafford. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. On the move to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half.
after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw in this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys up.
Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas Goedert, 35 yards. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need him right now because they're well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA! And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Tyquan Thornton. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Akers.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
To throw is Stafford.
Complete, Jefferson the target.
Touchdown, Rams.
Van Jefferson.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are able to at least get one score back.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been terrific so far. Taking it about the 16. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Rams are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A heck of a way to start the fourth quarter, just south of 40 yards on the pickup.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
117 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Yeah, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down. Going right back to Akers.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but Man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. Now the ball comes loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one's pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. I see always a little extra excitement for week one in one of our